Greetings and welcome to another video. And today's video, it's Sunday, so I'm just going to chat a bit. You know, um, there are a couple of things I want to talk about. One being the latest video about the sales tax. Well, for U.S. residents, I noticed there was some comments, quite a bit more than I usually get. So thanks for that, y'all. Um, I think when it comes to words on the internet, there's a big misunderstanding. But, you know, that's just the way the internet is. Um, Also, Second Life. Yeah. So let's talk about words in Second Life and how people use them and what and what do they really mean when they say the things they do. So, without getting too personal here, there was an encounter with someone, and we had the IM meetup, and then we had the pixel to pixel meetup, and it was proposed to me that we have a voice meetup, but I held off, and I'm like, I don't know. And he gave a day and a time, and he was logged on. The time was for late in the evening. Well, about mid part of the evening. And I waited when that time came round. I waited, and an hour went by. He was still logged on, but he was preoccupied with something else that involved the internet. In another window, using a different application where you see people's faces. And he said that it was a meeting. And this is about 10 o'clock at night. So I waited, went on with my life. About 10:53, I sent him an emote, tapping my fingers. And he said he was sorry, he was still in the meeting, and asked what I was doing the next day. And I told him, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. That was 2 days ago. And I hadn't seen him, and I wasn't in SL much yesterday. Earlier, when I logged on, he was on, and I waited, about 30 minutes, whatever. And I sent him a wave. He waved back, the whole like, how are you doing? Yada, 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 yada. I hate small talk, man. I hate it. I hate it with a passion. And I wanted so badly to bring up the whole voice meetup, but I didn't because I just wasn't feeling it. And how he presented his words, he wasn't feeling it either. When you send an IM and the person doesn't respond until like 5 minutes later, yet they're not doing anything. What? Oh, okay then. All right, well, something. And I was sitting here thinking about it, and I just thought, well, I'm not going to waste my time because it was the whole like beating around the bush, walking on eggshells feeling. Because when you meet somebody, when you meet a guy in SL, either through a group or on a sim, dating agency, a club, and well, all other sorts of places. It does not guarantee anything. It doesn't guarantee a positive outcome. It doesn't even guarantee the morning after the night before I am. Now in the physical world, when it comes to dating, apparently there's this a 3-day period where you wait until you call the person after the initial meetup. 3 days. If you call too soon, if you call within them 3 days, then you come across as desperate, too eager, potential stalker, what have you. But if you call after the 3 days, then you seem interested. Now that doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, it's it really doesn't. And I know there's this whole text etiquette thing when it comes to dating. You have to like send a certain emo with a certain phrase, and if you say too much in a text, that's a big no-no. And I think when it comes to communication, people just make it more difficult than it ought to be. If you like somebody, you tell them. If you don't like somebody, you tell them. You don't ghost them. That's just that's a that's being a coward. And normally the reply to why somebody ghosted somebody, oh, I didn't want to hurt their feelings. Bull crap. You didn't care about their feelings at all. You just wanted to avoid being awkward and taking responsibility for expressing your own feelings or thoughts toward this person that apparently has an interest in you. That's very common in Second Life. Also, what is common in Second Life is when somebody tells you, yes, tomorrow, or how about the next day? These false promises, and you try to hold back from looking forward to it, but you end up looking forward to it anyway. And especially when they log on and it's around that time and they haven't IM'd you. And you're sitting there and you're like, well, I don't want to come across too desperate or too needy or what have you. And it it's a stalemate. And I don't like that. Um uh I learned a couple of new flags as well. One being, if let's see, how can I word this? The one new flag that I learned was one being a certain comment slipped into a topic that has nothing to do with that topic. Uh, if you're talking about clothes, like you had to change them or you went shopping or something innocently to do with clothes, and the person says, I bet your body looks good. Red flag. Because it's not a real comment. It ain't right. It's not even flirting. It's just a stupid throwaway comment just to bait you and see how you react. Oh, well, if you're that easy to quote unquote compliment, then yeah. And then they start writing in their little black book, like, okay, this person I'm going to have the sex with. Yeah, this is a 100% going to happen. Oh, yeah. Maybe some of you don't remember the term black book. Well, back in the olden days, a black book, it was like a book or a piece of paper or list, of the people you had sex with or the people you're wanting to have sex with. It was like a hit list of potential sexy times with people. Black book. I guess the kids would call it now a date book. Just a book the people that you've dated and you rate them in that little book. Black book, date book, same thing. You know. Anyway, moving on. So I tend not to get too excited about the things people say, especially in Second Life, because it's rather disappointing. When it comes to being single in Second Life and meeting other people, especially guys, it really is just, it's frustrating. And I often wonder, would these guys, would they act in the same way in the physical world? I have no idea. I have no idea. One would hope they wouldn't, but uh, I don't know. Um, yeah, so my take from that experience, whatever, whenever a guy in Second Life, when they compliment you the first time you ever spoke to them, typed with them, voiced with them, met them, whatever, don't believe them for a week. If you're still talking with them for a week, don't believe them. They could promise you the world. They could say you're the most beautiful thing in SL on this planet, the sexiest voice they ever heard. You're so smart, you're clever, you're hot, you're what? All these accolades, all these wonderful comments. Don't believe them. Do not believe them because they're little bait tactics. Little bait tactics. So don't believe them. Now, if because the reason why I say that is because how do these where's the evidence? Where's the proof? How do you know I'm so smart? You can't say that I'm the most beautiful thing you've ever seen because you haven't, seen everybody in SL, have you? You can't say that I have like the sexiest voice ever. You haven't spoken with everyone on the planet, have you? It's like you can't give a sincere, honest compliment without actual proof. If you've known someone for 5 minutes, you can't tell them anything involving the word ever or always because it's a folly. It is a falsehood. It There is nothing in which to back it up. There's no foundation there. Now, you can be nice to someone and give them a compliment like, I like that shirt. Because you could back up that compliment because that person's wearing a shirt and you say you like it. That's believable. If you want to give a true compliment to someone, make it believable because otherwise, all the crappy compliments and pickup lines, they make you look not good, really, and they do not impress at all. So you see a girl that you like, or you want to get to know, or you're interested in, or that interests you in a club. You read their profile, hopefully, if they have one, hopefully, you see if there's any, shared interest, and you open up an IM with those shared interests. Now, if you don't have a profile, that's a problem. If the female doesn't have a profile, that's a problem because then you'll have to do a blind IM. Please, please do not just go hi. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Never, ever, ever do that. No. When I get the hi I ams, I ignore them. I do. I just ignore them. Like, nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Nobody likes a bare naked hi I am. You don't have to overwhelm them with compliments in the first I am. You don't have to say, "Oh, wow, your avatar is so sexy. You're beautiful." When you say that to a female, 100% of the time, the female already knows that they look good, so you don't have to tell them that. It's just ridiculous. It's nice to hear, but it's also frustrating and annoying to be told it from some random person, whatever, in a club. Ugh. Anyway, hopefully you ladies out there will understand it. Oh, wait, yeah, most of my subscribers are females anyway. So, yeah. How long has this video been going on? Let me look. Oh, 16 minutes. Let's see. Well, I've probably lost about 75% of my audience now, which is fun. So I'm really going to get into stuff now. So when you're a guy and I am a female for the first time, don't say hi. Don't say hi. How are you? Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself. That's right. You kind of would do that in the physical world. Females are more responsive when they have more things to go on. Hell, anybody is more responsive when they have more things to go on than a hi or a hello. No. Ugh, don't do that. So, you see, words and how you use them are important just as much in Second Life as it is in the physical world. And that's basically about it. I mean, Second Life has become so messy and so appearance is so important. And it is, it makes things more difficult. It makes communication more difficult. It makes everything more difficult. And I say that from being an SL for 16 years and seeing changes. I realized that perhaps the younger residents may not agree with me, but that's fine. That's fine. You were bored with a cell phone coming out your ass, so that's fine. 30 seconds of attention is all you can spare. Yeah. And then it becomes a trend. Like, yep, I don't actually talk on the telephone. Who does that? Just write a text. It's so isolating and it's so it is not inclusive. Speaking of inclusivity, have you noticed that in Second Life, when you do the in-world search places, like for clubs or hangouts or, new places or wherever to be social with other people, everybody's welcome everywhere. Have you noticed that? And there are a lot of quote unquote friendly places in Second Life. That doesn't mean they're inclusive. A lot of places will say they're inclusive. All is welcome. You go to these places, no one even notices you, even though the club could be, like five other people. So when they advertise all is welcome and they're inclusive, bullshit. It's bullshit. With inclusivity comes with accountability and responsibility. If you are the manager, host, or owner of that place, you have to make sure that your mission statement of all is welcome and we are inclusive, we love inclusivity, then you need to do things in order to represent that mission statement that you put in your description box. It's not just a keyword to, you know, uh, traffic bait people into coming to your place. There are a lot of people in Second Life that are actually looking for inclusivity and feeling welcome, feeling that, oh, wow, these people are nice. They they actually spoke with me, you know, without having to use a damn script. When you just res somewhere and you're like 65 meters away, and then you get like this automated script, hello, as adorable, or whatever, and half the time your name is typoed. It's just like, wow. I mean, seriously, what that is, it is the equivalent of being in a car going down the street about 40 miles an hour, and you see somebody walking on the sidewalk, and you drive past them and you scream at them, hello, as you're driving down the road the opposite way. That's what the equivalent is, really. Or on the other side of a noisy interstate, and there's somebody else on the other side, and you scream hello at them. That is the equivalent of TPing to a club donation and being yelled at, hello, welcome, using a script. It's, and then, trying to promote yourself as being inclusive. Bullshit. No, no, you're just being like every other club, every other place. Whatever is in trend, whatever is on trend in Second Life, it excludes more people. It doesn't offer this whole all is welcome, come here, get to know us, all that stuff. No, it doesn't. Wow, I'm really ranting today. Well, it is Sunday. So there you go. Um, it's I realize that everybody has a reason as to why they're in Second Life. We are all in Second Life for a plethora of reasons. Each one as different or as the same as the other. And yet it's like the things that we want, community, uh, a quote unquote family. Mm, that's another video. Family and second life. That's another video. Or companionship. We're all human. We all would like these things, but a lot of people go about these things in the wrong way. A dating agency and Second Life, it ain't Second Life Tinder. Logging into Second Life is not logging into Adult Friend Finder 2.0 and, you know, meeting someone. The goal isn't to see how fast you can get into their pixelized knickers. And when it comes to creating, create, do things, do different things. I'm tired of seeing the same templated clothing items over and over and over again with different textures on them. I'm tired of seeing that. I've even seen like big name designers start to get lazy. It's just like, wow, if y'all are burned out on Second Life, take a break, come back, do something different. But, clogging up the shopping event space and the marketplace with non creative, same old crap is annoying. There's only so many times that a person is going to ooh and ah over a shirt that everyone's got something on it. Sometimes it's the same damn thing, just a different color from someone else. I'm frustrated because it's just, we could do better just as a community of SLers with the potential of the content creation, the imagination, the ideas, all of this stuff, all of this energy. We could be so much better. But what's our reputation on the internet? Oh, yeah, Second Life is where you go to have sex. That's it, people. And we could do better. Oh, yeah, sure. Like have fundraisers. How do you have a fundraiser? You go to a shopping event. Yeah. What about having a fundraiser for something with building contests, eh? What about, having other ideas for things instead of always having the shopping events, always having hunts, always having sales. Okay, I'm done. That's it. Feel free to dislike the video or like it. It doesn't matter. I've probably just now talking to myself, and that's fine. Alrighty. I just wanted to get that out there. But all right. Well, thanks for watching and listening, or not watching and not listening. That's okay. It's a Sunday, and I just had a mini rant. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye for now.